Today on Alaskan Ballistics, we have the Big Kahuna 50 BMG first shots. Stay tuned. Thank you for coming back to Alaskan Ballistics. My name is Chuck. I hope you're doing well. This is the Big Kahuna 50, the Big Kahuna 50 BMG. And you can see right here, Big Kahuna Industries Raptor 50. And it goes off my bear rug over there. And has a big old muzzle brake. I've got a cheap Chinese bipod on it. I thought that would falter on the first shots. We got a Nutrex scope on it. They sent it out for review. Pretty darn good scope for the money. So there we go. 50 BMG. So single shot, you load the round. It's pretty tight to close. To break it down and clean it, you actually have to use a 3/8 inch wrench right there and take this bolt out. And then you can pop the two pins and take the bolt carrier group out, if you will. So just like an AR15. So it's on an Aero Precision. It's technically two guns in one. The upper is serialized and has to go through a background check, just like every other bolt action. And so does the lower. So technically two guns in one. I think Civilian Tactical has something on that. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. We went out and shot it. Just a general sight in. Just to see what it could do. And see if the scope would fall apart and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't, so I'll take you along with me on the shooting trip. Alright, YouTube, we have first shots of the Big Kahuna 50. Shooting 660 grain M33 ball from Federal Eagle. Opened the wrong side of the box, but it's alright. There we go. Nice tight fit. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna have this on 5 power, 100 yard. There we go. Oh, that scope is very nice. Looks really nice. And it is not on target. At least it fired and didn't blow up. That's good. There we go. So recoil was not that bad as far as against the shoulder. Do need to get a little longer eye relief scope. I think, yeah, the eye relief is not quite good enough for 50 BMG. So there is that. The reticle isn't straight up and down. It was actually very, very nice. That's the thing about this gun. It is hard to crank in with a live round. On the backstop, see if I can figure something out here. Yep, got to work on the bolt being a little smoother there, Big Kahuna. Alright, let's see if we'll actually hit the paper now. Nope, we're gonna take a break for a second and figure something out. But at least it's fun. Alright, 50 BMG, Federal American Eagle, 660 grain M33 ball. Supposed to be going 2940. Alright, we've got it on paper finally. So, I'm going to bring it over. Somewhere. right, here we go. $28.37. $28.37. No new holes in the paper. I might have brought it too far over. Who knows? The wrong way. Did I go the wrong way? Oh yeah, I went the wrong way. That should be correct. Last one of the first box. We did a lot of shooting off camera to get it on the paper. $28.43. Okay, that's a little bit better towards the middle. We're going to take a break. Now the break, because this thing does recoil pretty stoutly compared to most. There we go. Get right in there. So we'll take a little break and see what the next box of ammunition does as far as speed goes. So it's not getting the 29.40 it was supposed to. Could be the ammo and powder. Most likely it is a 30-inch barrel, so should be getting right at that, or if not a little more. All right, here we're gonna open up a new box and see what we get velocity and accuracy wise. We are not breaking in the barrel or anything like that you're probably supposed to do. This scope is doing actually pretty good, except for the eye relief. It needs a little bit less eye relief, a little bit more eye relief. Okay, 27.84. So that's a pretty bad velocity. Still 660 grain bullet. I mean, still way over 10,000, 12,000 foot-pounds. I mean, not quite 12,000. Alright, 28.28. We got about a 4-inch group, 28.17. So that ammo is not accurate in it. At least not firing really hot. That is a machine gun round. So we'll look. We've got some Hornady AMAX. A viewer's going to sell me, so we'll look at that later. And I've got the PMC ammo as well. PMC usually makes pretty darn good stuff. We'll put one more in there. We were having a decent 2-inch group until that last one. Yep, and that one went high. So, might be one of those, you gotta let the barrel cool down. It's a big, heavy barrel, of course, but it's also extremely warm right now, so we're gonna let it do that while we figure out how to shoot it at 300. All right, y'all, here's our shot list. As you can tell, 6 shots. All right, we're gonna go, oop, not that, to session summary. And you can tell, pretty bad extreme spread. Standard deviation is not horrible for factory ammo, but especially machine gun ammo. but it's not the best in the world either. Disappointed on the velocity. It should be getting about 100 feet per second more, 120 or so. So that's federal for you. That is federal for you. I just did the math and it's 11,633.9 foot-pounds. So still a decent amount of energy. So shouldn't worry too much. Okay, here we go. We're shooting at 300 yards. So should be 300 yards. I think I'm just going to use the holdovers and see if I can hit. You have it dialed all the way up. Let's see. 300 yards there. Yeah, pretty good mirage at 300. I think there's a bullet hole just below the bullseye. So, not too bad. I had the crosshairs on the top of the circle. Here we go. I'm gonna have to actually go down there and check. I can't really see it from here, which is bad on 25 power. You should be able to see a big old hole. I do think I'm flinching and closing my eyes right before the trigger breaks. So, because this is more recoil than most 50 BMGs, because most 50 BMGs are significantly heavier and they have the semi-auto action. So the action's bigger and they have a bigger, better brake on it. But it's not bad. It's still tolerable. I mean, it still kicks like a 338 Winchester Magnum. I'd still rather shoot this than a non-braked 338 Winchester Magnum. So. All right, we're going to go down there and see how those 3 shots hit. I think one of them hit the paper. I might have screwed up on the other 2. Just enjoying the walk all the way down there to 300 yards. All right, well, all 3 of them did hit the cardboard. I was putting my crosshairs right there. I got 2 there and 1 way up here. Not the pinnacle of accuracy yet. I've learned to say yet because sometimes some rifles can take a long time to break in, such as my 300 Winchester Magnum by Weatherby. So it can take a little while to break in. Sometimes they need some tweaking. And I do have to get a scope with better eye relief. The Nutrex scope is great, but it does need just a little bit better eye relief. It needs about 4.5 to be able to shoot it comfortably on that firearm. Plus the trigger is really heavy. So the trigger is really heavy and I think I'm flinching as I pull it. So anyway, those 2 are better than the 100 yard group. So I think I pulled that last one really, really bad. That was me. Pulled a chook. Anyway, there we go. All right, that was a lot of fun. A lot of recoil, more than most 50 BMGs that I have shot. Guys, you tell me what you think in the comments. It's a pretty neat little system. It is the least expensive way to get into 50 BMG. So if you want any questions about it, let me know. We are going to shoot it with different ammo. Hopefully the PMC is a little bit better and the Hornady AMAX is a little bit better as well. Hopefully we can get into that. Maybe I should bring the cleaning supplies and properly break in the barrel as well. So let me know what y'all want to see. You know, got a hit in paper. Not real accurate yet, but it is just first shots. So hopefully we can get it to where it's a 2 MOA gun or less with some Barnes TSX bullets that they make, and we can go shoot a moose with it sometime. All right, guys, let me know what you think. That is the goal. Godspeed and good hunting to all y'all.